World of Harry and Meghan, it's never really that simple or that easy. Have you noticed with everything surrounding the ex-royals there's a mystery, an air? People are not quite sure over here in the United Kingdom if this is really, the goal, a specific if you like, to make people talk about them, write about them, chat about them as we do. And of course, the fact that Prince Harry has the cachet of being, really a member of the British monarchy makes it all the more interesting. Whatever people think, people are interested in Harry and Meghan, but for them, is their story really panning out the way that they originally thought, well, just over 18 months ago now, when they decided that they wanted to quit full-time royal life and start a life of freedom and privacy, of which they claimed they wanted when they first moved over to Canada and then finally over to California. But this particular story is even more shocking, but not for you or for me, but for Meghan Markle. Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you as ever for joining me today. Lovely to have your company as ever. And now listen, a lot of people were saying thank you so much for all the sort of recent videos and the memories and stuff like that. It's what I like to share with you. I think it's nice, isn't it, when we look back at things, whether it be music, films, albums, just books, just memories. You kind of think, oh wow, I don't know about you, whenever I look at those things though, can't believe how many years have passed. I know, frightening. As ever though, to your breaking story of the day. Now, as we know, it's just over a bit in a year really, since Harry and Meghan sat down with Oprah Winfrey on that sort of bombshell, as they say, tell-all interview. And as we've said here many times, I don't know about you, I found it a bit tediously dull, because there's nothing worse than rich people moaning about how hard done by they are when, of course, they're mega rich and they don't seemingly have the problems that you and I do. Now, of course, everybody has problems. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Rockefeller, whether you're, the richest millionaire lottery winner on the world. Everybody has a problem of some, sort or another. But now the bigger problem for Harry and Meghan is this. They thought they had a very good and close friendship with, of course, the host, Oprah Winfrey. It seemingly was going so well because, as Oprah famously stated, she'd been scouting around for the interview ever since she got that invite to the royal wedding, even though she didn't really know the couple. She had met Prince Harry on a couple of really loose occasions previously, but other than that, nothing. And then, of course, it was all chummy and friendly. Oprah Winfrey went on air gushing about the vegan coffee that Meghan and Harry had invested in, and it was a new favourite thing. They were all best friends and it was all going swimmingly. And then, of course, the interview took place. But now there's a bigger problem, and this is it. A very good source, and you will have seen this yourself. Harpo Productions, Oprah Winfrey, and of course CBS Productions have seemingly, and as ever we have to say allegedly, shut down all copies of that interview in full on the net. If you're clever, and there are private recordings, you can still find that interview. Now, we reached out to Harpo Productions, and as ever, we have to say, that they did not respond, because we really wanted to know, well, why is the interview taken down? Why is it not being, put out there as a triumph of Oprah's skills at the interview table? After all, according to her good friend Gayle King, this was the best interview of her career, right? Or maybe that was the Adele one that also bypassed the world. But interesting to note, it does appear that now Oprah Winfrey herself seemingly wants to put some distance between that bombshell controversial interview and what people can see or remember. Now, it's ridiculous, isn't it, when you think about it, because you can't have such a big interview like that placed on the net and then removed. If you remember, a couple of years ago, Madonna did a performance at the Eurovision Song Contest. It wasn't her finest hour, let's just say that. But of course, they replaced it with a better audio and seemingly auto-tuned. So consequently, that's the version that you remember. As far as I'm aware, Oprah and her team are not planning to reissue the big interview and put it back out online. So what is the reason why she's taking it down? And more importantly, is this now the end of the very warm and cozy friendship that Oprah Winfrey endured and enjoyed, more importantly, with the one-time royals Harry and Meghan? According to that good source out in Montecito, while they were once so friendly, now let's just say they're not as friendly as they originally were. I'll leave you to think about that big dilemma at the end of this interview. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.